People are often shocked when they witness an out-of-control heavy vehicle or a terrifying accident. Such incidents can indeed be extremely dangerous. Just one mistake by a large truck driver, for example, can cause the truck to swerve, putting everyone's safety at risk.
Here's why crane operators are considered one of the most dangerous jobs.
Here, through a car dashboard camera, a truck appears to be experiencing some issues, slowing down as a result. For a moment, nothing happens until the traffic light ahead signals to stop and all the vehicles come to a halt and wait. However, something unexpected happens. The same truck suddenly comes from behind and crashes into a car in front of it. The incident happens so quickly and without warning. On a fairly busy road with traffic bustling, a white truck is seen speeding along. Initially, nothing seems wrong. Everything looks fine, but just moments later, as it approaches a turn, the truck appears to lose control and ends up toppling over. It seems to be a rough day for this oversized truck driver. This large and unusually long truck was transporting goods, but something must have gone wrong. The back of the truck seems to have hit the curb, causing chaos in an instant. In the blink of an eye, the goods the truck was carrying spill onto the road, blocking the cars behind from continuing their journey. What a disastrous day. This time, a horrifying incident occurs due to an overloaded truck. The truck, struggling with its heavy or excessive load, eventually tips over in front of many onlookers. This type of situation has often led to losses for the driver and those around the truck, yet somehow these incidents continue to happen again and again. The issue of how much weight a truck can safely carry should always be carefully considered to prevent any more harmful accidents. Unlike the usual transportation of goods, this particular truck was hauling logs and making its way through a mountainous area where the roads can be extremely varied and challenging. Initially, the truck appeared confident as it navigated the winding roads, despite carrying such a heavy load. However, there was an unfortunate turn of events. It seems the driver failed to properly judge the conditions when the truck began descending a steep and narrow section of the road. As a result, the truck lost its balance, unable to support the heavy load, and ultimately toppled over. Many consider operating heavy machinery to be one of the most dangerous jobs, and this incident illustrates why that belief may hold true. During a construction project, several cranes were being operated despite the onset of severe weather. Due to strong winds, one of the cranes could no longer remain upright and eventually collapsed. What happened next is uncertain, but the scene was undoubtedly terrifying. Weather-related hazards don't stop there. In the winter, the ice in certain areas can grow incredibly thick, creating frozen surfaces strong enough for large vehicles to cross. However, no one can predict with absolute certainty how strong the ice actually is. In one instance, a truck attempted to cross what appeared to be a sufficiently thick layer of ice. Unfortunately, disaster struck. The ice cracked, causing the truck to sink, trapping it in the fractured ice. A rather shocking incident occurred one day when a massive excavator, weighing quite a lot, was recklessly put on a boat that was far too small to carry it. The outcome? Disaster. The large excavator fell into the water because the boat couldn't handle the weight and sank, dragging the excavator along with it. It was a significant loss. A similar mistake happened with another excavator. It's unclear what led to this, but it appears the large machine ended up submerged in a river, fortunately a shallow one. As a result, another piece of heavy equipment had to be deployed to retrieve the excavator. The recovery process was rather challenging, but thanks to the expertise of the operators, the excavator was successfully pulled out. What a relief! Due to an error, a hydraulic excavator, which was demolishing a building, suddenly encountered difficulties. In the midst of the demolition, the excavator had to stop working. It was quite unfortunate because most likely the operator hadn't properly accounted for the potential damage, leading to an inevitable breakdown. A comparable event occurred here. Perhaps due to operator miscalculation or poor maintenance, a truck equipped with a hydraulic system exploded while on the highway. This was a sudden and shocking explosion that no one could have anticipated. The following incident might fall into the category of the worst operator errors, or perhaps this was just an automated machine. Whatever the case, take a look at how a container of hot liquid appears to be in the process of being transferred, but what happens next is a disaster. The container of hot liquid falls and burns everything in its path. It's truly horrifying. This next event might just take your breath away for a moment. Here, we see a bulldozer about to enter a large ship, but just as the operator is about to finish the job, he makes an unexpected mistake. If the operator hadn't reacted quickly, who knows what would have happened next? It's quite nerve-wracking. Something terrifying has just occurred right before our eyes. Even one small mistake by a driver, especially a heavy equipment operator, can lead to significant damage and dangerous situations. As seen here, a large truck suddenly slips and nearly collides with another vehicle. This incident happened so fast that no one could have predicted it at all. Without precise calculation and the attention to detail from a heavy equipment operator, such an event could happen anywhere. It's frightening to imagine if something similar occurred in a crowded area. Something shocking was once again displayed by this crane collapse. Right in the middle of the city, this large crane suddenly malfunctioned and eventually crashed to the ground. It's unclear what happened below, but it was certainly a truly horrifying incident.
On the 30th floor now, and the crane is starting to move again.
In efforts to lift heavy equipment, there are often various challenges. For instance, when a heavy machine tasked with lifting another heavy machine fails to bear the load. Just like what happened here, where the equipment trying to lift another piece of machinery tipped over instead. Panic ensued moments after the incident. On a construction site, this heavy machine was trying to lift a smaller excavator. However, perhaps due to a technical error, the machine couldn't handle the task properly, and as a result, chaos erupted. The equipment broke down and was completely destroyed. The excavator appeared to be trying to perform its task correctly, but it seemed that the front part of the excavator got stuck between the edges of the road. The operator attempted to maneuver out of the situation, but instead something extremely dangerous occurred. The excavator overturned.